Well, to oversimplify, the big idea is a concept that takes the unique virtues of a product and sieving it into people's minds, that somehow forces a extraordinary sales increase in whatever you're talking about. But and I always talk about the big idea. I'm kind of called Mr. Big Idea. But what I'm really talking about is true creativity, and I say creativity, can solve almost any problem. The creative act, the defeat of habit by originality, can overcome everything. But at the same time that I talk about the creative act, I really tell people who are trying to do creative work that creativity isn't really a creative act; it's an act of discovery. And they look at you like, huh? And I did a book called George Lois on his creation of the big idea. Where I show 100 things I did on the right-hand page, and on the left-hand page before it, I show something in my DNA, something in my understanding of 7,000 years of art, something in my understanding of movies, of ballet, of sports, of humor, of dirty jokes, whatever it is, something in there that inspired what I did. And I tell young people especially, that background of high art and pop art, that intellectual background of understanding the world around you, and especially the 7,000 years of art is essential to doing creative work. Once you have that understanding, and that ethos of trying to understand everything. When you have any kind of a problem, if you then look at the problem and look at the competitor and et cetera, and get your basic information, once you really understand the problem, the answer is there. It's like floating by, and all you got to do is grab it. It really isn't an act of creativity; it's an act of discovery. I sound very mystical talking about it, but that's absolutely what creativity is to me. If I learn all that there is to learn about something, and I know I'm ready to come up with an answer, it's there. And it's not a bolt of lightning. What it is, it's coming out of your own sensibilities and own understanding of the world. The method is to be interested in everything, and the organic part of it is the passion for everything around you, the passion for I mean, when I teach a class, at School of Visual Arts as a favor to somebody, and I'll say to a class of 25 kids, have any of you been to the Metropolitan Museum of Art this year? Okay. Have any of you been to MoMA this year? One hand. Have any of you never been to the Museum of Mountain Art? 5 people, 8 people. I'm astounded. I'm just truly astounded. Talking to design students and people who are supposed to be communicators. So that total. And that's why when people say today, well, when's the second? Is the second creative revolution going to come? I said no. I said, I mean, you got the internet, and you got Google, you got all the information at your fingertips, and nobody, they don't know shit. Nobody knows shit. One of the classic books in advertising, one of the great books in advertising, The Confessions of an Ad Man, by by David Ogilvy. Every word in there is the wrong, absolutely wrong, every wrong. When I was working at Doyle Day and Burnback in 1959, I got conned by his copy chief into coming to see Ogilvy, and I said, well, you're talking to the wrong guy. I mean, he begged me to come, and I went. And Ogilvy's trying to hire me as their head art director. I think at one point I said I'd be the head art director if I could become the creative chief. He was the creative chief. If I was the creative chief, I could do great advertising here. And I told him, Mr. Ogilvy, I don't know why you're trying to hire me because I don't understand one word. I don't agree with one word in your book. I mean, he had the rules of this, and the logo's got to be here. And he's got rules. There are no rules in advertising. It's impossible. I mean, the only rule in advertising is that there are no rules. The best, what I'm saying to you now.